Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube online platform. Today's discuss that research aptitude is the useful of PET and other research examination, computer examination. So let's start today's session. So first question: the variable manipulated by the researcher in an experiment is called the. So option B is correct. Independent variable. Manipulated research in experiment. Next, which of the following would not be an appropriate synonym for the dependent variable? Option D is correct. Experimental variable because of dependent variable. An example of quantitative variable is the quantity. Option C is correct. Time taken to complete a task. Next, which of the following variables cannot be expressed in quantitative terms? Option D is correct. Professional attitude. This is numerical, marital status, and socioeconomic. This is the data of quantity. Because of question is not included. Correct option is professional attitude. Next question: the process of selecting a subset of a population for a survey is known as. Option D is correct. Sampling. A researcher ultimately want the answer to a research question to pertain to the. Option C is correct. Target population. Next question: generalized conclusion on the basis of a sample is technically known as. Option C is correct. Statistical inference. Next, an investigator wants to study the vocational aspirations of visually challenged children in a wide graphical area. He should select his sample by using. Option B is correct. Stratified sampling. Next, the type of sampling where each person in population has equal chance of being selected is. Option A is correct. Probability sample. Here, some people have greater chance of being elected than other members of the population. It is. So option B is correct. Non-probability sampling. Next, when a research problem is related to heterogeneous population, the most suitable method is. Stratified sampling. B option. Representative sample is essential in. Option is correct. Survey method. Which one is called as non-probability sampling? Option B is correct. Quota sampling. While the statistical measure based upon entire population is called parameter, the measure based upon a sample is known as. Option C is correct. Statistic. A researcher selects a probability sample of 100 out of the total population. It is called. Option B is correct. Simple random sample. A researcher divides the school students on the basis of gender, and then by using the random digit table, he selects some of them from each group. This is. Option B is correct. Stratified random sampling. To ensure accuracy of research, the sample should be representative of the population. Option C is correct. 218. A researcher can keep the sample size low if population is. homogeneous. Option C. Which technique is generally followed when the population is finite? Option C is correct. Systematic sampling technique. Cluster sampling is used when? Both A and C. Option D is correct. A researcher divides his population into certain groups and fixes the size of the sample from each group. It is called option B, quota sample. Groups, certain groups. This is in quota. Which of the following is the non-probability sample? Option D, both A and C. Next, if a researcher selects 5 schools at random and then interview each of the teachers in these 5 schools, the researcher use cluster random sampling. Option C is correct. Which of the following terms best describes data that were originally collected at an earlier time by a different person for a different purpose? Secondary data. Option B is correct. Which of these is not a method of data collection? Data collection is not method. So option B is correct. Experiment. Because of not method of data collection. Questionnaires, observations and interviews only. Which of the following is an example of a random sampling method? Systematic sampling. Option A is correct. Which of the following is not an example of random sampling method? Systematic sampling. Option A. Next, which of the following is an example of random sampling method? Option A, two-stage random sampling. Which of the following is an example of non-random sampling method? Option A, conveyance sampling. The purpose of stratified random sampling is to make certain that option B, for proportionate representation from different categories. Next, a correlation coefficient is best characterized as a measure of the extent of the relative relationship between two variables. Correlation. Option A is correct. Responding to a substance like a sugar pill as if it were a drug is called. So option A is correct. The placebo effect. It's related as a medical issues. What is a cross-sectional design? The collection of data from more than respondent in the same time period. Option C is correct. Next, research is not considered ethical if it does not ensure privacy and anonymity of the respondent. Option B is correct. Next, ethical transgression is defying ethical principles. Option B is correct. Next, which of the following ideas is not associated with the stance of situation ethics? Option D, all of the above. Because of no choice, the end of justification, the means, anything goes. Which of the following is a form of harm that might be suffered by the research participants? Option D, all of the above. That means included physical injury, stress and anxiety, impaired development. Next, the main purpose of personal data being kept confidential in research studies is option apprehension, of harm identification or disclosure of personal information. Option B is correct. Which method is most directly associated with lack of informed consent? Option C is correct. Covert observation. Next, which of the following is a form of harm that might be suffered by research participants? Option D is correct. All of above. That is psychological distress, physical injury, loss of self-esteem. The act of publishing the same data and results in more than one journal or publishing refers to which of the following is a professional issues? Because of duplicate publication, copyright. Because of same data and result is more than one journal. Next, why is it important that personal data about research participants be kept within secure, confidential records? Because of two observed principles of research ethics. Option is correct. Next, the importance of measurement in quantitative research is that quantitative because of related statistical. Option D is correct. All of the above. Because of quantitative, it allows us the delineate find differences between people or cases. It provides a consistent device or yardsticks. It allows the precise estimates of the degree of relationship between concepts. Next, one of the preoccupation of quantitative researchers is with generalization, which is a sign of external validity. Option is correct. Next, population generalizability refers to. Option C is correct. The degree to which the sample represents the population of interest. Next, the degree to which results of a study can be extended to other settings or conditions describes. Option D is correct. Ecological generalizability. The research design is. Option D is correct. A framework of every stage of the data collection and its analysis because of included research design. Next, recognizing our own values in pursuit of research is essential because it allows us to be honest with ourselves about what may influence our research. Option B is correct. Next, as the value of one variable is increasing, the value of second variable is also increasing. Then the correlation between coefficient will be positive. Option is correct. Which form of reasoning is the process of drawing a specific conclusions from a set of premises? Option is correct. Inductive. Because of qualitative research. Qualitative. Next, it is important that academics produce research that can be widely used and valued by academic community around the world. This is termed as citation impacts. Option B is correct. The problem of researcher seeing only what they expect to see is called. Option A, research base. Problem of researcher. Next, which of the following is most appropriate to impart training for SPP software package used for statistical analysis? That's work as workshop. Next, which of the following is essentially an academic meeting? So option is correct. Colloquium. In which of the following it is required to cite source is a bibliography at the end. So option D is correct. Paper. In the last of the paper, in required cite of the sources of bibliography at the end. Next, which of the following is most likely to make use of the internet? So option A is correct. Web conference. Because of symposium seminars is offline and only one of the web conference facts only use the internet. Which of the following is published in a journal? Published in a journal because of both A and B, paper or article. Next and last question in this session. A researcher conducted 3 experiments with 100 subjects, each following uniform design instead of one experiment with 300 subjects. This is known as validation. Validity is more important of the researcher. This is the last session of the research aptitude. Thank you.